What's going on, everyone? Thanks for watching. The topic I wanted to address today was preparing your cichlids for a power outage. Due to my job, whenever there's a power outage, I actually have to leave my house and go to work. So I've actually had to put a lot of thought into this in preparing my fish for if that does happen, which it does. So the three things that I try to address best I can are: one, if the power goes out, the air stop or the water stops moving, and you lose oxygen in your water. The second one is a buildup of waste because your filters aren't working, and the third is the temperature of your tank. So I try to address all those the best I can between planning ahead and also backup equipment. So I'll address both of those. What I do first is I always keep an eye on the weather, like the forecast's coming up in 7 days or so. If I see there's supposed to be a severe storm maybe on Thursday, I will skip feeding these fish on Wednesday, and I will actually also do a 50% water change on Wednesday. That will help keep the waste level low because I haven't fed them the day prior should the power go out, and also I've given them fresh water, so that helps to start with. As far as the temperature of the tank, if it's the summer and the power goes out, more than likely the temperature in my tank could rise. So what I do is I set my heaters a bit lower as far as temperature goes during the summer, and vice versa in the winter. If it's really cold outside and I'm worried about maybe the power going out due to an ice storm or something, I'll keep the tank just a little bit warmer. That way if the power goes out, there's a little bit more leeway as the temperature in the tank drops. And lastly, and this is what I use some backup equipment for, is oxygenation of the water and keeping the water movement as high as I can with me not being here. And there's a few pieces of equipment that I use for that, and I'll show you here. Don't judge my mess, but if you look down here in this little corner here, see a bunch of little purple boxes. Those are all backup air pumps. They're just little ones. They're like 15 bucks on Amazon. There's also one over here in the corner. I've got 7 of those in total on this tank. I'll kind of give you an example. They don't do a ton, so let's flip the power off here. You can see it's a small thing. Put the power off, that automatically kicks on. And these don't put out a lot. You can see, give it a minute or two. Hopefully not a minute. You don't want to sit here and wait for that. You can see it starts to put out some air there. Not a ton of it, you can see, but it keeps the water movement. That's why I've got 7 of them. The other one that I have, and this is my more expensive one, it's called a Hurricane 5. It's about 80-90 bucks. It's this bigger one down there, the big white one. Got 2 hoses attached to it coming up into here. It's got an internal battery, not a battery you put in, so you keep it plugged in all the time. You can see that's what it puts out when it's plugged in there. So you can use it as a regular air pump, and then if you watch, let's turn off the power to this one. Power's off, and we still got that kind of air movement. That's going to keep my fish from suffocating, so to speak, in this tank. It's not going to fix everything, but this is certainly going to give me a lot of leeway when it comes to a power outage. Like I said, I can't be here during power outages, so I have to rely on equipment to get me through in a pinch. So you can see this is with no power to this tank. I've still got this kind of air movement over here. That's going to keep oxygen with my fish. So just a quick few tips from me. Like I said, I probably have to focus more on power outages than most people do. I'm not able to stay home and stir the water and put heated bottles of water in the tank or frozen bottles of water in the tank like some people can. I have to rely on some of this equipment to do the job for me, and also have to rely on some forethought ahead of time. Just keeping an eye on the weather. If you see a storm coming and it's supposed to be severe, I don't feed them the day or two before. They'll be fine. what you don't want to have happen is the power goes out and your fish just ate the night before or that morning, and they're just producing a lot of waste, a lot of ammonia into your tank, because that's going to be a big killer for them. That's going to really reduce the amount of time that they can last without electric. So just a few things to keep in mind. It's worked for me. I've been gone, up to a day or two, and they've actually made it through with minimal casualties. I think I've lost one or two, but considering, over a course of 5 years, I don't think that's too bad. So let me know what you guys think. Maybe you've got some other tips. And as always, thanks for watching.